You guys let me know if you're hearing me come through properly. We did it, man. It was ugly, but they got it done. So I need you guys to let me know whether or not this thing is streaming the way it's supposed to. I told you guys I've been working, with my streaming software, and I think I got it kind of Trump tight right now, where I can pre-schedule the stream, etc., where you guys can comment early. I saw a lot of you guys comment early. It looks like it's working. So you guys let me know. Let me know, man, if you guys are hearing and seeing me. And once you said you are, yes, great. So let's get into it. Guys, first of all, I got to apologize to y'all. I know y'all don't want to hear this, but this is going to be an extremely short show. I'm not even doing calls tonight, and let me tell you why. I can't get around this one. My mother-in-law's birthday is today. They're having a party for her right over at the house. They already extended it for myself and Leonard. They allowed us to watch the game. And now after the game is over, Leonard has gone and gotten the food. So, guys, I'm sorry, but I have to be short and sweet and to the point. And I'm talking, man, 20 minutes or less. I promise you guys, though, on Tuesday, okay, we're going to do our film study like we always do. We're not doing the round table or the still table, so I will give you guys enough time to call in, even if it extends past an hour, I promise. But tonight, you guys got to understand that it's about family. It is what it is, all right? So let me stop yapping and get into the action. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the things really quick, man. And I got my timer up to let me know how long I got. First and foremost, man, let me get to my notes, right? First and foremost, I think what we have to do is we got to have a discussion about how bad the referees played today, okay? The referees were horrendous. I mean, the thing is, even though they missed a couple calls, my biggest thing was, what was up with the discussions? Why were these discussions so extremely long? What was up with that? Everything was a huddle and 2 to 3 minutes long before you can even call a regular thing. You can for holding or whatever. You know what I'm saying? The refs were ridiculous today. And then let's talk about the bad call that just happened twice. Okay, there's 2 bad calls that happened late in the game. Number one, I'm going to be honest with you about that punt, and I think that was a great strategy by the Browns. I don't know the rules in that sense. I always thought once the ball was touched, it was down. But I guess, and I think now that I understand it a little further, that you do have to possess it and down it, right? So even with that logic, it looks like to me that the guy batted the ball to keep it from going out of the end zone. While laying in the end zone, his knee clearly touched. Should have been a touchback, according to what I thought the rule was. But obviously, I guess they're saying that the dude did possess it before he batted it. I don't know. That was a bad call in my opinion. I thought that was clear according to the rule. And since they said the play stands, that lets you know right there that they didn't overturn it. They didn't confirm it. They said play stands, if I remember correctly. So that lets you know that that was a issue in itself, right? Okay, that's number one. The next one, on this last drive, how do you call a personal foul on Bud Dupree on that hit on Baker Mayfield? It was right as the ball left. What else is Bud Dupree supposed to do in that situation? Better than that. Even better. Didn't we see that early in the game? Didn't we see Baker get hit like that early in the game? Didn't we see on that last offensive possession by the Steelers where we passed, and again, I think Duck should have just took the sack, but did you see how bad he got hit as he leaped in the air and tried to throw the ball? Wasn't that a little later than the so-called late hit by Bud Dupree? Come on, refs. What are y'all doing? And this has been all year. This ain't just the Steelers. I watch football a lot. I'm going to watch some more football today. Definitely watching football tonight. And the refs have been horrible. So let me get off of that, man. I don't have a lot of time. Okay. Let's talk about the first 2 opening possessions, defensively and offensively. So the Steelers kick off. And what pissed me off about this, and we saw a routine theme of this throughout the game, why were we blitzing so much today? Were we scared of the run game? It seems like we were blitzing a ridiculous amount. And we blitzed linebackers and we blitzed Hilton. But on 3rd and 7, on that opening possession, we blitz on 3rd and 7. Steelers give it up. And Landry makes a huge catch on 3rd and long later on in that drive. right? So we gave up a 3rd and 7 and a 3rd and long. But on that 3rd and 7, I didn't understand why Keith Butler was blitzing. And the reason why I'm saying that, guys, is our front four, when we go in that nickel or our sub package, our 4 guys have been getting pressure all year. Why are you so blitz heavy all of a sudden? And maybe, it's because you fear Baker Mayfield being able to scramble and extend plays. I get it. But that early in the game, didn't like it at that point. I just didn't like it, and we saw a theme of that throughout the game. Blitz, 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 blitz. Sometimes we got beat by it. Other times we were able to make the play. But I don't want us to become blitz happy. I think that has been a good, component of our defense, not having to be so blitz happy, right? So we give that up, but we're able to hold them to a field goal. First offensive series, Kerrith Whyte Jr. returns the ball to the 41-yard line. Round of applause. Where did that come from? When is the last time that we've seen the Pittsburgh Steelers get starting field position at the 41? So huge round of applause to Kerrith Whyte Jr. Again, I like this guy, man. I feel something about him. And I think he's going to stick because obviously he's probably going to be the kick returner. And I also like Deon Cain, man. He didn't make a lot of plays today, but made a play when we needed him to make a play. I like these guys being a backup component. Some guys that you probably can talk to them now and say, hey, how about signing a futures contract, et cetera, et cetera. I like these two guys. Good pickup there. So anyway, after that, Fowler gets destroyed and gives up a sack on 3rd and 6. And there were 2 consecutive runs on first and second down. And then, they packed the box clearly. And that was what I noticed on that first drive. They clearly packed the box, and we didn't audible out of it. And even if you're not going to give Duck that much, the problem is, again, we telegraph when we're going to run. Our runs are so basic. They're out of basic formations, when it's coming. And it bit us on that particular drive. Now, later on in the game, key moments of the game, or just key game situations, period. Situational play calling, to me, is very bad on offense. You might say it on defense as well, but I will reserve my judgment on the defense because I got to be fair, even though I'm not the hugest, Keith Butler fan. Kenyon will tell you guys that, how I was criticizing him during the game. Not a huge fan of his, but let's be honest. Do y'all remember when you saw that graphic and they showed where we placed in all of these areas defensively? We were 4th and then second again. The defense is balling, guys. So I can't beat up Keith Butler, but I think Keith Butler still has the same situational, problem. Doing situational football is where he's not that great. Neither is Randy Fiedman. Thank you for the subscription there, man. Appreciate that. And guys, y'all let me know when y'all saw that little pop-up. Is that too loud? I think I got to turn that down. I didn't realize the claps was so loud on that. So again, you guys can be my ears on that situation because as you can see, it made me stop for a moment and look at it because you probably wouldn't be able to hear me talking. But thank you for that subscription. I appreciate it. And you guys let me know how the volume is on that thing. Yeah, man, the situational, oh, God, man, sometimes Randy Fiedman was killing me. All right, let me give you a prime situation. 7 minutes and 18 seconds left on the clock, right? Steelers offense passed on first down. Okay, now, you can't ever please the fans completely. There's another one. 2 Reels Vlogs. Shout outs to you. Appreciate the subscription. I appreciate that. But here's the thing, man. You can never please the audience, right? If it's a time that it's a pass and it's a time that it's a run, chances are you're going to have people to say you should have passed, and chances are you're going to have people say you should have ran. I get it. But if there's ever a time to work on the run game, it's with 7 minutes and 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. You have a lead. Run the football. That's the time you run first, second down, and then you try your hand on third. But do you know what you're doing? You're tick, 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 ticking the clock away. You take a minute off of the clock easy, even if you don't get a first down with 2 consecutive runs. What are you thinking? Okay, And what happened in that situation per my notes? Let's look. Y'all already remember, but we passed on first down, and Duck and Deontay Johnson were not on the same page. He throws an interception. Can't have that. Not in that situation, not with an offense that's trying to find their way, okay? But, once again, Steelers defense show up once again. Javon Hargrave gets a huge sack on third down, and there you have it, right? And then on the final drive, there was a 3rd and 6. Randy Fiedner made a couple good calls on that one. You know, Duck was able to convert 2 third downs. And I liked the first one when he hit Deontay Johnson across the middle. It was a nice design because if you remember, and maybe I'll try to remember to show this in the film, what they did is they put Jalen Samuels in motion, and you saw 2 linebackers for Cleveland all paid attention to him, and they left Deontay Johnson wide open. Great design. And this is what I'm saying, Fiedner. I just need you to be a little bit better with the design on third down or just key situations. It's not always going to work. I'm not looking for 100%. You know, I'm just looking for the idea. At least when you can look at the idea, and if the defense made a good play against you, so be it. You understand what I'm saying? So let's talk about a couple more, man. A couple more key situations, and then I'll get out of here. Steelers defense was shutting down the run early, right? But then midpoint around the second quarter, we started giving up some big plays to the Browns. And it was a nice play design and a nice formation, man, when they scored to Kareem Hunt. That was a beautiful play design. Y'all remember that? How they had Landry and Beckham on the same side. I think they had 2 backs in the backfield, or it might have been a back and a tight end, but I know Hunt was back there. Beautiful play design, and they basically confused us and left Hunt free. Baker hit him. There you go, touchdown, and it is what it is. It happens, guys. It's the National Football League. But once again, our Pittsburgh Steelers defense held the team to 13 points with all of that talent on the Browns offense. You can't be that mad. You can't be that upset. They balling. Okay, so then right after that, there was a drop by Deontay Johnson with a bunch of green grass in front of him. Now, they did show that the guy's name, I know I'm going to mess his name up, Ogunjobi, I think, kind of got a fingernail on it, and it kind of altered it. But man, if Deontay Johnson catches that ball, plenty of green grass to run, he didn't do it. Oh well, oh well. So then here comes Washington. Washington makes a big catch on the free play. Outstanding feet work, as Shaq would say. Outstanding feet work to keep those feet in bounds and catch the ball over your shoulder. My God. And then Johnson picks up a 17 yards on the reverse. I thought that was nice, shiftiness by him. And then I thought there was a bad, false start call against Duck on that same drive. And I will be honest, looking at my notes, I don't remember, guys, if we scored on that drive or not. I think we at least got a field goal. But that was a horrendous false start call on Duck Hodges. I don't know what they were calling there. Here's another situation. Steelers forced a punt with a little over 2 minutes left in the half. Y'all remember that? Watt missed the sack, but it was okay. We still able to get him down. And both Watt and Dupree both, and you got to give a little bit of credit to Baker. They got a hit on him. He shook loose or what have you. But there was a couple times where I thought my guys, I said my guys, our guys could have made the sack, and they didn't, but it didn't cost us. Okay? It didn't cost us as much as it did in the first meeting. But then on that next drive, my boy Duck Hodges opens up, guys. Because let's talk about Duck really quick. Duck wasn't looking that good early. Okay? We praise his pocket presence, but Duck was looking a little weary early. 2 times he drifted into pressure. Instead of stepping up into the pocket. And that's the thing that we like about Duck. But he got his feet under him a little late in the game. It's good to see him rebound. You know what? And I'm going to give him a round of applause. I got to give Duck a round of applause, man, because he bounced back, okay? The same thing I said about Mason Rudolph early in the season when I said I like his moxie, I like how he bounced back. I got to say the same thing about Duck in this game. Looks like Randy all of a sudden said, let the boy throw the ball. He started throwing bombs out there, and the next thing you know, there's all kinds of catches being made. Again, your boy Kane came up with a big play, I think. Tevin Jones, remember that drive? When Tevin Jones caught a big play, big catch over the across the middle, and the dude got hit, got rocked, and he still was able to hold on to it. And right after that, amazing catch by James Washington to also not only catch it, maintain his concentration to not allow the ball to hit the ground and get into the end zone. Outstanding. Let's give James Washington his flowers. Round of applause to J-Dub. You got to give James Washington his credit, man, because remember, and I do remember, and Leonard, again, like I told you guys, Leonard is gone to get food for his wife's party that I got to get back to. Leonard even said to me, man, when I get on this show, I got to admit it. I got to say you were right about Washington. Because remember, a lot of you guys were down on Washington. And go back and watch the film. I've been telling you guys this. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Remember early in the season, what happened to Washington? Washington ain't doing it. Let's throw him in the trash. Y'all remember y'all was saying that? I'm only talking to the ones who were saying that, but y'all know who y'all are. Look at the boy now. These last 4 games, excuse me, Washington has been showing his worth. Washington got off today. Period. Washington got off. Balling. And that's what I'm talking about, man. Guys stepping up when they need to. And let me see what else do I have here, guys. Let me see. What else was big to talk about? Didn't like the linebacker alignment, man. And I think they was catching us a lot in sub-package. Because you can see how where both, Hayden, excuse me, not Hayden. I'm going to get to Hayden in a minute. Bush and Barron, as well as Bush and Williams, some of the times that how they caught us in certain alignment, it was killing us. It was allowing, the run game to gash us a little bit. Not too bad. We didn't let Chubb get all the way loose, but he got a couple runs. He's a good back. Got a couple runs in there, man. And I think it was because of the formation and how we were aligned. So I'd like to see us clean that up a little more against a running team. Penalties. We got to clean up the penalties on offense, man. How many false starts did we get? And I think Vance might have got 2 of them. And Deontay Johnson got some. See, this is the thing about Deontay Johnson, guys. He's playing like a typical rookie. He's making plays here and there. He's showing flashes on the punt return. Showed flashes in the in the reverse. Caught a couple balls, but he's gonna make some mistakes. He's a rookie. But I think Johnson is going to be okay. Let's just be patient with him. But I really like Johnson. I really like what Washington is showing to himself to be. I can only imagine how this offense might be able to get going again once we get Ben back for his last couple seasons. If Ben can play the way we expect Ben to play. We don't know if that's going to be the case. Let's be honest. We've seen bad Ben. We've seen a better Ben. Even last season. Best season statistically, he threw 16 interceptions. All right? Put up a lot of yards, but threw a lot of interceptions. Part of that could be because of AB. We all know that, but I'm just saying. But even outside of that, it's going to be interesting to see if everything's the same after the elbow. You know what I mean? So I'm liking seeing the growth of the young guys, man. They're looking good out there, and I really appreciate these dudes. What else I got, man? Only a couple more things. We're going to get to the defense. Here we go. Personal foul on Johnson after a big run by Samuels. Can't do that. Washington makes another huge catch in the one-on-one situation. And then on 2nd and 1, Randy pulls, and we lose 6 yards. Kane draws the offensive interference, and then Snell is able to cap off with his first touchdown. Let me talk about Randy Feetner really quick with that regard. I know it's a staple of our offense, and DeCastro is great at it. I'm going to just be honest, man. Traditionally, I don't like pulling when there's a yard to go. The reason why, you saw it on that first play. Schobel recognized what was happening, shot the gap, we lose 6 yards. It's very dangerous to pull with short distance. Now, if you make the play, yeah, a lot of things can happen for you. But if you don't, the risk is worse than the reward. Just that quick, we went from 2nd and 1 to 3rd and 7. I don't like that. And we do it a lot. Even on the Snell touchdown on the goal line, we pulled him again. That's just my philosophy. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. It's just my philosophy. I don't like pulling guys when it's a yard or 2 yards to go because it's easier for a defense to read it and shoot the gap. Just play hard-nosed football and run it in there. Okay, now it didn't cost us in that scenario, but it almost costed us. Had we not got the offensive interference on Kane, we kicking a field goal right there. because we get blown up on 2nd and 1, you pulling. I'm just saying. All right, what else I got, man? A couple more things, then I'm out of here, man. Big play, 2 big plays by Joe Hayden. Obviously, the interception at the end. Big play here, though. Joe Hayden draws a holding against Chris Hubbard. Puts the Browns in the 2nd and 20, and the Steelers were able to get pressure. And that boy, hey, Kenyon. I know Kenyon ain't going to say his name. That boy, Bud Dupree, forces the fumble. Steelers were able to recover. We only got a field goal after that. But once again, huge play by Joe Hayden. If Joe Hayden, because remember, even with being held, he made the tackle on that play. If Joe Hayden is not out there to make that play and get that holding to put him in 2nd and 20, maybe the Browns are not dropping back at that moment. Maybe we don't get the ball back. But that was huge because it caused them to drop back. We got pressure on Mayfield, forced the fumble, and boom, took a possession away from him. And this defense, man, continues to get these turnovers. That's 2 turnovers again in this game. Gotta love what the defense is doing. And last but not least, Duck Hodges played well. Okay? He didn't play great. He didn't play bad. But let's be honest. That first quarter and a half, I didn't like what I was seeing out of Duck. Looked a little antsy. Like I said, man, he was drifting into pressure. I didn't like that. Looked a little antsy early. But he got his bearings under him. And what I do like about the kid, man, he let the ball rip. Okay? And that's enough for me to say that I like him right now more than I like Mason Rudolph. Okay? And this is just my personal opinion. I'm still not throwing Mason Rudolph in the trash. We'll see whatever happens with him. We'll see if anything ever materializes with him. But right now, Duck Hodges is playing better football. But Duck Hodges also is not a finished product. We're seeing his mistakes also. The only difference is his mistakes haven't costed us yet. Right? But he did enough. He did what he needed to do, and he will let that ball go. He's not afraid of one-on-one situations, and he's allowing his receivers to make 50-50 balls. You know, go up for the 50-50 balls and make catches in the 50-50 situation. That's what you do in the NFL, man. So I appreciate that out of Duck Hodges. Listen, again, I don't know how far we're going to go, guys. This was a big win against the Browns. It absolutely was with 7-5. I mean, convention, you know, history would tell you that we might get at least 2 more games. I think 9-7 might get in the playoffs. It's possible we get 3 more games. You know, if we're able to do that, you know what I'm saying? And out of these, what we got left? We just played, yeah. If we get a few more of these, got what? 14, 15, 16, 17. We got 4 games left. If somehow, you know, I don't know if we'll do it, but if we can somehow go 3-1, there are your 10 wins. But to me, I think it's more likely that we'll go 9-7. So either way, man, I'm looking at this as a success. As far as the season, you expect we'll win 1 more game. I didn't think we'd be sitting at this situation at all. Whatsoever. Based off of the circumstances. Okay? And people can say what they want about the coaching staff and particularly the head man. But listen, man. I got to give those guys a job well done to this point. Because I did not see this happening based off of the way we started. And not to mention the injuries that we had. Particularly at the quarterback position. Got to tip your hat. All right, man, so that's all I got. Again, guys, this was a quick show. I told you it would be quick. I got to get back over, man, to my mother-in-law's house, man. Listen, it's her birthday. You know, what do you expect me to do? Like I said, they allowed Leonard and I say allow because, you know, when your wife is mad at you, when the women are mad at you, you don't really want that. But they said, cool. Y'all just waiting, and after the game, Leonard can go pick up the food. My wife even said, yeah, you could probably do your show in between that time, so we can't stall it any further than that. I love my Steelers guys, but come on, I cannot do that. And I hope you guys understand that, because I know sometimes when I do the short show, y'all give me crap for it. But you got to understand, again, I don't do this full time. Now, maybe if I get to the point where this is my full-time thing, and then I can say, look, I've got to do this at this time, and I don't want to hear nothing about it. It's a different story. But all right, man, I'll spend about 2-3 minutes with you guys, man. See what y'all got in the chat. Dark Soul says, let's just be proud that most teams would be sitting at 2-10 right now. We just refuse to lose. Hey, man, great point. You're absolutely right, brother. Why Dickey says at Arizona, then we get Buffalo, at New York, and at Baltimore is left. I think I want to go to that Buffalo game. Florida, if you're in here, yeah, I think we should do that. Because, I had thought about going to this game. I think Buffalo might be one. I think that's a 1 o'clock game as well. So maybe we make that happen. But yeah, that schedule is not it's not tough, but it's not easy. Going out to Arizona could be tough. And again, they have a tricky offense. Now I don't know nothing about the Cardinals. I don't know what their defense is like. I don't know how we match up with these guys, to be honest with you. But, records and all of that, I don't let records dictate how I feel with this current Pittsburgh Steelers team. Because look what happened last week. We only won 16-10 to a winless Bengals, which I think the Bengals might have actually won today. All right, let me see what else y'all got, man. Kegel's Bagel says, how many times will we get the short stick? It seems like we always get calls against us in big moments. I know, man. I don't understand it. Like I said, as a whole, the referees have been pretty trash this year. Ron Chess says, Tomlin doing a great job to be 7-5 with all the injuries. Sim, mother-in-law, got to go. Yeah, man, definitely got to go. And I told him it wouldn't be more than 30 minutes. We're sitting at 26 minutes right now, so I think I'm in good grace. Rajan says, Tomlin should be coach of the year. I can see consideration based off of the circumstances, especially if Tomlin messes around and gets us in the playoffs. I can see consideration. And by the way, guys, the Ravens won again today, man. They're for real, okay? So all of that, we played them close and all of that. Listen, like I said, we played them very early. The Ravens are clicking on all cylinders right now. They played a tough game against the Niners, clearly looking at the score and looking at how the game finished. But they for real. They for real. They might be the team to beat in the AFC, to be honest with you. Let's see. Big Dro says we might have to upset either the Bills or the Ravens in addition to defeating Arizona and the Jets. You're absolutely right, brother. Y'all saw Tennessee won today too, which makes them 75, which it was key for us to win today because we could have had quite a few teams above us had we lost. And it's going to be key to see what's going to happen here with the game that should be playing right now, the Chiefs and the Raiders. That's going to be another interesting one. The Chiefs, the Raiders, one of those guys could end up 7-5. You see what I'm saying? And then that's going to play into it. So we definitely got to keep winning if we expect to get to the playoffs, which, again, I'm not expecting anything at this point. I'm just being honest with y'all. Let's see. Excuse me, a couple more. Liberal Rod says Brown fans eating a buffet of crow. Yeah, you're right about that. And on Tuesday, we'll be back with the phone calls, guys. I'm going to make an emphasis of that. I might just sit back and say, look, just fire away. I will limit my responses, on Tuesday because I want you guys, since we didn't do calls tonight. Jordan Miz says, I'll say the Ravens O-line for real. Their main reason for the run game. Yeah, but, I can't take nothing away from them, though. I'm not going to try to find holes in the Ravens because they're tending to. Can they be beat? I think they can. I think if you find a way to bottle up, Lamar Jackson, and again, I'm going against my own point here, but I think we did a good job when we played them early. But you're going to have to play discipline against them because if they get that run going, and it ain't just him, if they can get the run going, whether it's him or Ingram, and then they can go to the play action, it's not a good look. And again, if you look at the statistics, it didn't look like Jackson did much in the air. He did run for 100 yards, or at least close to it. Last time I checked, when they scrolling it at the bottom of the screen, it said he was at 95 yards rushing, which is crazy. But, we had a chance early, man. We had a chance that we could have very well possibly won that game. We stopped them when they needed to get a first down in overtime, got the ball back, and was driving, and we all know what happened. The fumble happened, and et cetera, et cetera. But, again, they are a different team now just as much as we are a different team. So you can't really use that as a metric. Mr. 412 says, I love the win. A lot of fans at the game went overboard when duck suits and hats. Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy. But all right, guys, I'm right at my 30-minute mark, so I got to cut it right here. Appreciate you guys coming through. And let me just give you my quick reminders. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Thank you for those who did subscribe during the show. I appreciate that. Don't forget, once you are subscribed, click on that notification button. Make sure you click that button, man, so you know when videos are streaming. And outside of that, please give me a like. Do your boy a favor, hit the like button. It helps me out tremendously. And if you guys would like to donate to the cause, you can always do so right here during the live stream via YouTube. You click the $ in the bottom of the chat, and there you are. But also, even outside of the stream, if you prefer Cash App or PayPal, both options are readily available. Just go to the description, it's right at the top, and there you have it. I will thank you in advance. But outside of that, you guys will see me again on Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time for Terrible Towel Tuesday. For the new viewers, we break down film, we look at film right on screen, and then we talk about the upcoming opponent a bit. And then, of course, the phone calls will be wide open for you guys to react. All right, so we out of here. Appreciate you guys joining in tonight. And thank you, like always, man, for tuning in to another episode of the Terrible Towel post-game show. Here we go, Steelers. It's really good to be 7-5, right? All right, man. Y'all be good, be safe, be blessed, and I'll see you guys on Tuesday. Peace.